Now, after the budget this week, the expectation is the election could be called as early as next weekend. We will have Peter Dutton at a special pub test on the following Monday. So not this, but next Monday in his electorate. I want you to check out the questions that people have got, because we've got a nice full room and people have got plenty of questions for the alternative Prime Minister. Of course, the media between now and then will do everything they can to boost the current Prime Minister, trying to pretend you that everything is better, despite the fact that, well, every industry, from child abuse to small businesses, have shown that this joint has gone backwards fast under the current mob. Which brings us to the buy-offs that are planned for this week. Forget what they promised 3 years ago, that cost of living would be cheaper. No. They're the government now, so we'll just hand out billions more on top of the billions already promised. Now, as you know, Labor is the side of politics that decided to get rid of the energy system that worked, and it worked for decades. Because, of course, it was powered by coal. Evil, awful, nasty coal. You know, the type of stuff that the Ukraine has been asking us to send them to help power their country in a time of war. No, we're better than that. So we decided to blow up what worked before we had spent the hundreds of billions of dollars to replace it with what now we know does not. We also know that this is the government that in one of their first acts as government decided to have everyone stand around as they signed a piece of paper saying that we will now set a law in this country that Australia will cut 43% of 1% of the world's emissions, and we will in part do it with more than 80% renewable energy. Of course, they say that it's the cheapest form of energy, and it may well be in 30 years' time, but right now it has to be built. And as you know, it's tens of thousands of solar panels each and every day. Oh yeah, made by slave labour in China, but shh. Wind farms, hundreds of thousands of those that'll be needed, both onshore, offshore, bugger the birds, who cares about the dolphins? No, we must destroy the earth in order to save the atmosphere. And all of this was apparently going to cut your power bills. Now, I won't play the same thing that we've played hundreds of times since the last election, but you remember the promise. 275, 275, 275, 275. That was the promise. That basically take your power bill from May of 2022, compare it to the one in May, or right now, the end of March, April of 2025, and it'll be $275 cheaper. Why? Because we've moved from that evil, awful coal and we've replaced it with all the stuff that is so much cheaper. The only problem is the cost of transition. The CSIRO once told us was $1 trillion, but now they say it's $500 billion, but apparently we all know that it's a little higher than that. And of course, it has all of the destruction that goes with it.